Hello, this is James McCord, and I'm getting interviewed about my understanding of the Constitution and things that I found interesting. And this is my friend John, and he will be helping me with this.
So, Mr. McCoy, what did you learn in Congress in Article 1?
About Congress? So basically, the first thing that I learned was that in Section 3 of Article 1, the Vice President is the President of the Senate, but does not vote except for in the case of a tiebreaker. So I found this very interesting because I was not aware that the Vice President had really many other duties besides as an ambassador to other nations or to fill in for the President if he is unable to enact his duty. The second thing that I learned that I found very interesting was that in Section 5 of Article 1, the two houses of Congress can actually expel a member of Congress with a 2/3 majority, kind of like an impeachment, what they would do for the president, but they can do that to their own members. And the last thing that I found very interesting was in Section 9 of Article 1, I found that no title of nobility can be granted by the United States, and without the consent of Congress, no person holding office can accept a title or present from another nation. I was not aware that you could not accept a present from other nations or a title without the consent of Congress.
Solid. What did you learn about the President in Article 2?
So the executive branch in Article 2 was addressed, and I found three interesting things about that. The president cannot receive a pay raise during his time in office, and I found that in Section 1. I was not aware of this whatsoever. But also, the president has the power to fill up vacancies in the Senate in cases of recess. So I found that in Section 2 as well. I'm sure that would be like a worst case scenario, and I doubt it's happened many times, but I found that very interesting nonetheless. Also, the last thing I learned about the executive branch that I was not aware of beforehand was that the president, the vice president, and all civil officers in the case of impeachment would be removed from office on conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes. That was made clear in Section 4.
All right. What surprised you the most after reading the entirety of this document?
So the two biggest things that I found interesting in the Constitution that I was not aware of beforehand was that nowhere in the Constitution does it state how many Supreme Court justices there should be. Now, typically for the past few centuries, couple centuries really, it's been 9 Supreme Court justices so that there's no, like tie and they have to decide from there. But so that's why they've had 9, but technically there's nothing in the Constitution that says it has to be 9. Another thing that I found very interesting was that only 9 states needed to ratify the Constitution for it to become law of the land out of the original 13. Now, granted, all 13 did end up ratifying it, but that was only after the Bill of Rights was added to it. So there you have it, and thank you for watching our video.